No one tells you this about getting older until it's too late. When you're young, people talk about aging like it's something to fear. They talk about wrinkles, slowing down, losing time, but no one really tells you the truth. The truth is, you don't miss your youth the way you think you will. You don't wake up one day and say, "I wish I looked younger." No. What you feel is much quieter than that, much deeper. You sit with yourself and you start remembering. Not the things you did, but the things you didn't do, the chances you didn't take, the moments where you almost said yes, but fear made you say no, the opportunities you let pass because you thought maybe later. The truth is, later becomes a very dangerous word, because later slowly turns into never. I remember so many moments like that, times when I wanted to try something new, but I told myself I wasn't ready. Times when I wanted to speak my heart, but I stayed quiet, afraid of how it would be received. Times when I wanted to choose myself, but instead I chose comfort, or approval, or safety. And at the time, it all felt reasonable. It felt like I was being careful, responsible, practical. But now, looking back, I see it differently. I wasn't protecting my life. I was postponing it. And that's something no one really explains to you. You think you have time, so you wait. You wait to feel more confident. You wait for the perfect moment. You wait until things are more certain, more stable, more clear. But life doesn't work like that. There is no perfect moment. There is no day where everything aligns perfectly, where fear disappears, where you suddenly feel completely ready. That day never comes, and while you're waiting, life is quietly moving forward. Days turn into months, months turn into years, and one day you look back and you realize how much you left behind, not because you couldn't do it, but because you didn't. That's the part that stays with you. Not your failures, not your mistakes, but your hesitation, the words you never said. I love you. I'm sorry. This is what I really want. Such simple words, but sometimes the hardest to say, and yet they carry so much weight. I've learned that silence often costs more than honesty, and then there's the life you keep postponing, the version of your life you imagine but never fully step into. You tell yourself, I'll start later. I'll do it when things calm down. I'll focus on myself someday. But someday is just another way of saying not now, and not now becomes not ever. Getting older doesn't scare you because of time passing. It humbles you. Because of how quickly time passes, it teaches you that life is not as long as it feels in your 20s, that the days you think are ordinary are actually your life. Right now, this moment is not a rehearsal. It's not something you get to redo later. This is it. And once I truly understood that, something inside me changed. I stopped waiting. Not because I suddenly felt brave, but because I realized waiting was costing me more than trying ever could. I started saying what I felt, even if my voice wasn't perfect. I started choosing what I wanted, even if it didn't make sense to others. I started living in the present instead of constantly planning for a future that was never guaranteed. And you know what I found? Life didn't become perfect, but it became real. And there is something incredibly peaceful about living a life that feels real to you. So if you're waiting for the right time, let me tell you something, gently. There is no perfect time. There is no moment where everything falls into place and suddenly becomes easy. There is only now, when your heart is telling you something. Now, when you feel that quiet pull towards something more. Now, when you still have the chance to choose differently. Don't wait until life teaches you this the hard way. Don't wait until you're sitting with memories instead of possibilities, because in the end, you don't miss your youth. You miss the chances you didn't take, and the life you kept postponing, waiting for a moment that never came.